The Wise Judge and the Wiser Wife. On a crisp, sunny morning in a quiet village, the sound of children laughing echoed through the cobblestone streets. They played games near the town square, while women gathered by a bubbling brook, chatting as they washed their laundry. The village elder, known simply as the Wise Judge, sat in his modest home, his face calm but thoughtful as he listened to the two men standing before him. The older man, visibly upset, spoke first. "Honorable Judge, this man is a thief." The judge turned to the younger man. "Is this true? What is it you are accused of taking?" The older man interjected, "He stole one of my sheep." The judge looked at the younger man, who shook his head in protest. "Why would I steal his sheep?" he asked. "I have more than enough of my own. I earn what I need honestly, and I don't need to take from others. If anyone here is a thief, it's him." The judge leaned back in his chair, stroking his beard thoughtfully. He was known far and wide for his fairness and wisdom, and he enjoyed unraveling the complexities of disputes like this. Yet, even with all his experience, this case puzzled him. After a long pause, he finally spoke. "I will decide who is telling the truth," he said. "But first, I have a challenge for you both. Whoever can answer my question will earn the right to claim the sheep. Go home, think carefully, and return when you are ready." The question was simple yet profound. What is the fastest thing in the world? Both men left the judge's home deep in thought. The older man, in particular, was perplexed. How could he find the answer to such a question? That evening, he shared his dilemma with his daughter, Lila. She was a young woman known throughout the village for her intelligence and quick wit. Without hesitation, Lila said, "I know the answer, Father. It's time." The next day, the older man returned to the judge, who was surprised to see him so soon. "You've already found an answer?" the judge asked. "Yes, Your Honor," the man replied confidently. "Then tell me," the judge said, leaning forward with interest. "What is the fastest thing in the world?" "It's time," the man replied. "No matter how much we want to hold on to it, it always slips away. It moves too quickly, and we can never have enough of it." The judge was impressed. It was a wise answer, one he had not expected. "You did not come to this answer alone," he said. "Who helped you?" The man hesitated but then admitted, "It was my daughter, Lila. She is very clever." The judge smiled. "Very well. You have answered wisely, and the sheep is yours. However, I would like to meet this clever daughter of yours." The following day, Lila visited the judge's home. They shared a hearty meal of roasted chicken, fresh bread, and warm cider. As they ate, the judge found himself captivated by Lila's wisdom and her easy laugh. Over time, he came to admire not just her intelligence, but her kindness and beauty as well. One evening, after many visits, the judge finally spoke. "Lila, you are the most remarkable woman I have ever met. I would be honored if you would marry me." Lila smiled warmly. "And I would be honored to be your wife." They were soon married in a simple ceremony celebrated by the entire village. However, despite his love for Lila, the judge began to worry. He feared that her intelligence might overshadow his own reputation for wisdom. One evening, he sat her down and said, "Lila, everything I own is now yours. But I have one condition. You must never involve yourself in the cases I am asked to judge. If you do, I will have no choice but to send you away." Lila nodded quietly, though she couldn't help but feel a twinge of sadness at his request. For a time, their life together was peaceful. Lila managed their home while the judge continued to resolve the villagers' disputes. In the evenings, he would share the day's challenges with her, and she would listen without offering her thoughts, as he had asked. One day, 2 young boys arrived at the judge's home, both claiming ownership of a beautiful calf. The judge posed a difficult question to them, hoping to determine the truth. However, Lila, who had seen the boys playing near the fields, already knew which boy the calf belonged to. She watched silently as the smaller boy left the judge's home in tears, struggling with the question he had been asked. What is the largest thing in the world? Lila couldn't bear to see the boy so distressed. She gently stopped him and asked, "What's wrong, little one?" He explained the judge's question, and Lila, after a moment's hesitation, whispered the answer to him. "It's the sky. It stretches endlessly above us, larger than anything else." The boy returned to the judge and confidently gave his answer. The judge was astonished. "Who told you this?" he asked. "This wisdom is beyond your years." The boy hesitated, but eventually confessed. "It was your wife, Lila." The judge was furious. That evening, he confronted Lila. "You have broken your promise," he said. "You must leave my home. Take whatever you value most and go." Lila remained calm. "Very well," she said. "But may I prepare one last meal for us before I leave?" The judge agreed, and Lila prepared his favorite dishes. She poured him cider and ensured he drank enough to fall into a deep sleep. When he was sound asleep, she and her family carried him to her father's house. The next morning, the judge woke up in unfamiliar surroundings. Startled, he called out, "Where am I?" Lila appeared, smiling. "You told me I could take whatever I valued most. So I took you." The judge stared at her, first in surprise, then in admiration. Finally he laughed. "You are the wisest woman I've ever known. How could I let you go?" From that day on, the judge and Lila worked together, solving disputes and guiding their village with fairness and wisdom. They became a team, and their partnership brought peace and prosperity to their people for many years to come. And that's the end of the story. Hope you learned something new. Thanks for watching.